Okay, good people. This is my first time using the GoPro headset. I am getting started with my Tiny Adventure series. Alright, so I'm gonna try and catch a hike. Just came from work, working at home, but still I kept the same time schedule. I'm gonna try and catch a tiny hike before sunset, and we'll see how it goes. All right, talk to you in a few on the trail. All right, so this is Herb Brooks, the Brooksvision. It really will be the Brooksvision today because you'll be seeing things from my point of view. So I decided to take a little hike. I know it's dark. I'm still getting used to the GoPro, still working with it, but going on a little hike. I just got off work. Well, I was working from home, but I put in the same hours, and so now I'm gonna do a little hike, do a little mini adventure, because this is what we can do. This is what we can do to enrich our lives. I'm really trying to not get stuck in the rut and make myself more myself. All right, so I'll see you in a little bit. I'm gonna put this back on, and then I'll see you on the trail. All right, peace. Okay, so I'm out in the park now, but the park leads to the trailhead. There are a few, I'm sure. I actually didn't check the map, so this is a real adventure. I don't even know. I've seen a few of the trailheads before, but haven't seen all of them, so I don't know which one I'm gonna use today. As you can see, it's almost sunset. I ran out so I could try and catch the sunset. Yeah, it sets further west, of course, but so I can see it better, but I have not started. I have not found the trail yet. I see one up ahead a little bit further that I might be able to use, and that would be great. But again, I don't know where this one leads, so it's a real adventure, and I think it's great that you can find kind of small adventures in your own neighborhood, places that you never even thought to go, especially because you live here so long and you're always taking the short route to wherever you're going. It's just before March, is the end of February, so it's still cold and the trees are still bare and all the leaves are brown and the sky is gray. Well, just a little bit. It's mostly blue right now, but it's grayish. So yeah, that's the great thing. You can come out, sing a little song, do your thing, get your mind time, get your space. But what I'm trying to convey is that you can do what you need to do for yourself and come out and find a piece of yourself. Like Walt Whitman says, Rumi said that, come to the root of yourself. So yeah, I don't know what the timeline is looking like, so I'm gonna go ahead and take the first trailhead that I see, if it even is a trailhead. So I see a runner going up that way right now, so I'll see if it makes sense to go that way. Okay, adventure time again. I don't know if this is an actual trail, but it's kind of cleared out, so I'm gonna go ahead and take it. I wanted to be more in the forested area and not so much on the gravel path, but it kind of goes toward the same way. This is an interesting area. This is in New York, so there's always, all the nature is usually surrounded by city, but this is kind of on the way. If you look over there, there's like a golf course over there, and hear the helicopter flying by. So, and actually I know I won't get lost because this is all on the same hill. So worst comes to worst, I can always just go back down the hill. So I'm not that old, but I find that as I get older, the things that I did in my childhood are the things that I want to do. So I got to hike a little bit in Jersey and get around a little bit. So now I kind of want to do it a little bit more. Okay, getting on some trail action here on the gravel path. Nice thing about this park is there are tons of nicely maintained paths, and it's getting a little dark, but I hope you can still see what's going on. But yeah, like I was saying, I'm getting used to trying to do small things that remind me of the greatest times in my life. So hiking is definitely one of them, and it's a great time for introspection and reflection. Want to see if I want to take that. It's interesting. Yeah, hiking is interesting because you're always making little decisions. Which way do I want to go? Am I out too far? Do I need to go back? But playing it kind of safe now. I do have a headlamp just in case it gets a little dark. But yeah, it's cool. I like this trail so far. I've been living here for 7 years. I haven't come to these trails yet because you're always busy, because you're always working, because you're always this, because you're always that. But this trip is not even going to take an hour, and it will probably charge me up and fulfill me, something in me that I really needed. Yeah, so what I get from this is I get to breathe a little bit, to be in nature, in a natural setting, more natural setting, where I don't have as much control, don't have as many conveniences, only have my phone because I'm filming, but it's an area that's less controlled and a little wilder. At least I can see the wilderness. I'll be taking different trips that are more wilderness and even a little bushwhacking, but this is what I can do for now, and I'm discovering you do what you can do for now. You do what you can do where you're at. You know, I'm not running any Ironmans. I'm not doing Spartan race again anytime soon, but getting just enough to excite yourself, fill your tank, whatever you need to fill it with, and taking that time. There's all sorts of stuff, you know. I like nature. Some people like fighting. Maybe we'll try some of that. But there's all sorts of ways you can go. I'm coming up here on a nice view. Really great view. Still kind of part of a trail. I mean, I can tell people have walked here before. Up and through. And I'm actually gonna start turning back around because I know myself I can start going too far and going far out and then forgetting that I have to return. Well, this is really cool to be here. I'm really grateful. It does a lot for my spirit. I always think about the Aboriginal, indigenous people that are from this area, and I forget what the tribes were. I did look them up, what the nations were. I did look them up, and I will get it back to you, get the information back to you when I start the information in earnest. But I just needed to get something down. I needed to get this thing started. I needed to get moving on my vision. Whoa, look, check. So structure. It's a housing structure, look. Yeah, so there's all sorts of classes around here where people learn to learn indigenous arts, and yeah, so this is housing structure that you can make from logs and trees, logs, twigs, and stuff. There's another one over here, and yeah, when it's not winter, I assume there's like lots of leaves on it, and it's packed with leaves, and you can pack it with mud or whatever you find or whatever you have time for, because generally this takes a little time to make up, but yeah, cool little things you can find when you're out and about. But yeah, this is how I feed myself. This is how I feed my inner spirit, my inner man. And I'm hoping you'll find a little time for yourself to do the exact same thing. Well, not the exact same thing, but I hope you find a little time for yourself to do those things that may be a little off your life's beaten path. Give thanks. Ashe. So 3, 2, 1. So this is what happens when you go out and go outside of your comfort zone. Everybody, this is Nelson.
What up, guys?
I just met him out here because we have both lived here quite a long time in this area and have never walked these trails. So we were both on these trails at the same time.
Just exploring.
Just exploring, just hanging out, You know, just entering our own personal peace, and I'm gonna let him go back to it in a minute. But yeah, this is what happened.
This is dope. This is like some cool stuff out here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say I'm an advocate of personal growth. So like, you know, damn, how do I put this? This is what I was trying not to do.
Go for it.
But advocate of personal growth. So I'm gonna say I encourage people to go on more like, you know, personal walks and like just like do things and discover more about yourself instead of staying at a screen all day and like not doing anything productive.
Well, that's where I just came from. I was like, I gotta get out of here.
Yeah, I mean, yesterday I didn't do nothing all day. And I was like, I'm not doing that again today. I gotta like, get active.
See? So yeah, everybody's trying to connect. And this is what happens when you go outside. You discover that there are other people trying to do the same thing. And you know, it was really, really good to meet you. And this totally makes I don't want to sound all television-y, but this totally makes the episode. And the serendipity is he's a photographer as well, so he is he is in the visual field.
Actually, like
so
as I was out here, I was looking at all these places I can like come back with like my models and stuff just to like shoot around in here.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, it's like just learn new things, find new spots, explore new terrain around your own neighborhood. Yeah.
That is what it's all about.
Put me on that.
Yes, I will.
Word.
Thanks, man.
No problem.
Why wait any long for the world to begin? You can have your cake and eat it too. Why are you waiting for the one you love when it's standing in front of you?